Welcome, welcome, welcome to Beyond the Veil with Adina here. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate, and happy Thursday evening for those of you who do not. Um, let's just get into some things, you guys. The last of my family has just left here. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit tipsy. I have been drinking Veuve champagne all night and wine. A nice Merlot, like the color of my robe. So I am feeling a little extra razzly dazzly. So don't mind me if my vibe is just a little vibey tonight. If I give you guys a little hippie vibes tonight, it's the wine. It's really good wine. It was a nice Merlot. And I'm usually a Cabernet girl. Merlot is a little too dry for me most of the time. This one was really good. And somebody brought it who doesn't even drink Merlot. I hope you guys are having a good night. If you don't celebrate Halloween, I still hope that you guys are having a good night. It is Thursday, the night of Jupiter. So Jupiter is very jolly, very expansive, the planet of good luck. So I hope whether you're celebrating a holiday today or celebrating your family, because for us, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving and what it means historically. It's more of a tradition for my family, just we celebrating each other. Even though I mentioned in one of my other videos earlier today that this will probably be my last traditional Thanksgiving with my family for a while, as I am looking to do my own thing next year. But anyways, I hope you guys had a good night. We are about to read, who did I say I was about to read? Because I made a list and I checked it twice. Kanye. It was, I'm supposed to read Jamie Foxx tonight too, and I will, but it was somebody who I wanted to read first, and it's Kanye, and I wanted to read Kanye first for a reason, because Kanye, I don't know if it was that much highly publicized, but Kanye, there was an article that just came out, as we know that he is working on his next album, and he is recording in, I believe, Saudi Arabia, in the desert. He has a studio set up and accommodation set up out there for him, and I think it's genius. I think it's amazing. I'm a fan of Kanye. I don't know his music like that, but I'm a fan of Kanye. I've read him before, and I just am a fan of people who are bold enough to live in their truth, whatever it is and however it reflects or projects onto other people and causes them to react, even if it's a negative reaction. I am a fan of people who are unapologetically themselves, because that's something that I struggled with growing up, and still to this day that I'm working on, just being unapologetically myself no matter who doesn't like it. So that is why I'm a fan of Kanye. So there was an article that Kanye's ex-assistant had been kind of snooping around out in Saudi Arabia. And this person is supposed to be someone that shouldn't have any dealings with Kanye anymore. Now, let me give you guys some insider tea from a spiritual perspective. In Hollywood, people like stylists, personal assistants, chefs, nannies, housekeepers, and trainers. They usually put handlers in those positions just to give them a legitimate reason to the public to be around these celebrities, when really they are handlers. These are people that handle these celebrities in whatever circumstances they are in. For instance, somebody might have a handler because they're under a conservatorship. Britney Spears Anybody that you see around her, anybody that you see her in a relationship with is a handler. They were placed around her for a reason, whether she's aware of it or not. Celebrities that are like Jamie Foxx and Kanye West, who have had things done to them to alter their consciousness. Jamie Foxx, allegedly, I have read him before, and Jamie Foxx, the one that was born into this world, has gone on to glory. But his consciousness is being kept alive by technology of some sort. And in my last reading, I saw that I believe it's something that's implanted in his spine. Kanye West was the predecessor of Jamie Foxx's technology. I don't believe that Kanye West completely went on to glory, but I believe that that is why they found new technology and worked it out on Jamie Foxx, because Kanye West glitches too much. He needs constant handlers. He needs constant upkeep, which is why we saw his personal trainer. We saw leaked text messages of his personal trainer, someone who should just be exercising with him, saying that if he's not careful and if he refuses to sit down and talk with him, he will have him committed and doped up on meds to Zombieland. I will have you doped to Zombieland, and threatening, imagine how outings with your kids would be after that. Like, think about who else's trainer. Think about if you go to the gym. Does your trainer have authority to put you in a psychiatric ward and have you doped up out of your mind to where you're not even conscious of yourself? Think about that, you guys. Think about that. So there is apparently an ex-assistant of Kanye West who is snooping around his accommodations in Saudi Arabia. And I kind of just wanted to look into that, because even though I do believe that Kanye West is altered via medications and via, in the past, I saw them doing electroshock therapy. I saw them using the meds. But after that, after they've done enough of that, there are other methods that they can use without physically going in there and doing things. Words they can use to trigger after they have shattered the personality into multiple personalities, and then used words and mind control techniques to like bury the other personalities. You build them up and then you bury them away for when they're needed, and then you only deal with the core personality. That's what they did with Kanye West. Jamie Foxx was a little bit something else, because Kanye West, the likes of Kanye West, he's not the only one that they did like that, but the likes of him is old, played out technology. They needed something else that was more easily controllable. So they found that if the person is deceased, but they put this technology in them quick enough before the consciousness is completely gone into the ether, they can use this technology to harness it and also alter it, add to it, control it to themselves. And that's what I saw them doing with Jamie Foxx. We're about to look into Kanye West and see what's going on with this ex-assistant who has followed him all the way to Saudi Arabia. And it's newsworthy enough for it to have made some of the blogs, because that's where I saw it at. Kanye West, if I can conjure your soul up into my cards, please come. And if your soul is in a state where I can't conjure it up, no, Kanye West is lucid right now. Kanye West is lucid. He's sober-minded. Kanye West, talk to me about this ex-assistant that followed you out to Saudi Arabia. What do they want with you? What is going on with you and this ex-assistant, and why is it so pertinent for them to not be around you? Kanye West, what do you fear in regards to this ex-assistant of yours, and why They're handlers. They're just handlers. They're just handlers. Sorry, guys. Kanye West is working on a new creative project. And the problem is that what's challenging him is that Kanye West is lucid. He has gotten away from certain people. He has rid himself of certain people, certain environments, certain circumstances. Kanye West is currently lucid. And it's like he has found a way to free himself from the shackles he was in previously. And for some reason, that's a problem for somebody. Kanye West recording this album, somehow it is therapeutic. It is like a spiritual boost for Kanye West to work on music in the desert where he is. It is therapeutic. It is healing for Kanye West. It will do him some good. And that is the problem to a lot of people. In the past, Kanye West has, I want to say, made a lot of mistakes, had a lot of blunders. In the past, Kanye West has gotten away from his handlers, been brought back, gotten away from his handlers, been brought back. But his days of making foolish mistakes seem to be in the past, because I get the energy that Kanye West is sober-minded now. So he's fully aware of the situation that he was in and the dangers that he could be in if he's ever in a situation where he's not fully aware. The moment that he gets too comfortable, he could fall back into a trap. But he's very sober-minded and aware and healthy right now. In the near future, there is a project, a collaboration of some sort of Kanye West that will fall apart. Somebody that he was working with in a business way before, in a pentacle way, investing, business, some sort. This relationship will not work out for some reason. What's crowning Kanye West? This is his home out in the desert. No. In his near future, this ex-assistant is still in his near future. Now, why is what I would like to know. His home in the desert is in his as above, so below, as is in his as above position. This is something that Kanye West needed to do. He needed to be able to record this album away from LA, away from the industry people. This album for him, recording this album, as I said again, somehow it's very healing, it's very spiritual and therapeutic, very spiritual. I get very spiritual for Kanye West. Away from the US, away from the West. Away from the West. He needed to be out in the East where the sun rises. Away from the West is what he needed to be. Because there is a matrix out here in the West that causes us to not be able to easily evolve and expand our vibration, raise our vibration as easily as it is in the West, where there isn't this certain matrix here in the US and in the West. Kanye West needed that so that he could connect to God and create this project. He needed to create to God to create this project. So he needed to be out in the elements in the East where the sun rises, where when he wakes up in the morning, He can rise with the sunrise, and he can meditate as the sun rises on his face, as the first rays of the sun rises and they hit his face, they hit his crown chakra, and he can soak in all of that God energy to heal him from his past. People don't like this, which is why the ex-assistant is around, and they're going to continue to try to infiltrate Kanye West. So below, as above, needing this spiritual experience out in the east, in the desert, in the elements, where it's just him and God to create this album. It is a spiritual experience for him, and not just a spiritual, but I feel like he's doing rituals out there. He has a spiritual group around him out there, but these aren't dark magic rituals. These are white magic rituals. These are rituals done to help heal Kanye West from the damage that was done, the electric shock therapy, the mind control techniques that they used, the handlers, the medications. This album, this experience, Kanye West doesn't look at his art as art anymore. He looks at it as medicine. Holistic medicine. This is a very spiritual experience for Kanye West, and people are trying to stop this from happening. They can't allow Kanye West to be connected to God. Current actions and advice. Stealth mode, Kanye West. Stealth mode. Part of the reason why you went out here is so that you could have privacy, peace, and be away from the exposure of the sun, and you can do things under the hidden eye of the moon. This is what you will have to continue doing, and this is what you're already doing, because whatever you're conjuring up out there in the desert, it's magic. Whatever you're conjuring up out there in the desert, Kanye, it's magic. It's good magic, though, and you need to keep it private. Whatever you're conjuring up is healing, not just for you, but it's medicine for other people. The people who listen to your music and are susceptible to your music aren't turned away by the headlines that were put out there to deter people away from you, because even the industry knew that you were vibrating on a different frequency and that you were seeking a higher frequency than you were already on. You've had enough of the industry a long time ago, and you were seeking God. You were seeking God, Kanye West. So you went to the desert this time so that you can do some very spiritual rituals that are meant for healing, that are meant for elevating, evolving, raising one's vibration. And you needed to do this away. You need to do this away from the matrix. Now, why is the Ten of Swords in your external energy? Kanye West, somebody is trying to destroy you. And when I say destroy you, I use that lightly. I would like to say something else, but because this is alleged in entertainment purposes, I won't say that. But this ex-assistant is after something more than just keeping their eyes on you, Kanye West. And you know this, which is why you put it out there in the paper, in the blogs, that this ex-assistant is stalking you. You put it out there. You wanted it to be known. If anything happens to me, I am writing a manifesto. I'm telling you guys what's going on with me if anything happens. Eight of Wands in reversed. I think by you putting it out there that this ex-assistant is stalking you, you know, in better or worse terms, out in the desert, you hope that this may have deterred them, because people are aware that there's an ex-assistant out in the desert that shouldn't be around you. We know that because we saw that in the blog. So if anything happens to you, we would know. But your hopes is that by putting that out there, it has deterred them from whatever plans that they came for. And Kanye, you will be successful. Your final outcome. You will live. You will achieve what you set out to do, and no ex-assistant formed against you shall prosper. All right, this is already 20 minutes. I really don't need to clarify any of this. I think I did a good job enough, but I want to look into the Three of Pentacles in reverse in your future energy, because I see that the person still might be around. Yes, they are going to try again to get near you, but it will be unsuccessful. They will come. They have something. Methinks this ex-assistant has something that they are trying to give Kanye West, a medication. This feels like they are coming to try to get him on some medication again. Somehow, some way. They need Kanye West on meds. He's too sober-minded right now. This ex-assistant is coming in order to medicate Kanye West, allegedly. This is somebody who tried and maybe used to do this to Kanye West, but he fired them. He got rid of them a long time ago, because it's somebody, as I said, Kanye West got rid of his previous circumstances, that old crew. This person was a part of the old crew that used to keep Kanye West medicated. This is someone that he got rid of. And this is why they are trying to come back to Kanye West to medicate him. And ultimately, it's the goal is for Kanye West to be no longer. And I'm actually going to look into... He got rid of all these people, so they can't keep him under the mind control anymore. He's gotten away. I'm going to look into the Emperor. Your final outcome. Ace of Swords reversed. King of Cups. Three of Swords. It's unfortunate for Kanye West that, you know, it's unfortunate, but he will tell his crew, and he has already made orders that no one can see him, speak to him while he's recording this album, except for the people that he's already approved to be there. Anybody else, no matter what they tell you, no matter if they told you that I told you, nobody else except for the people that I brought with me is allowed to see or speak to me while I'm here recording this album. He will be successful. I see that Kanye felt at some point a lot of pressure from a certain community, allegedly the Jewish community, which is why he kind of went underground. The people that are after him are allegedly Jewish. And the things that he said in the past were just convenient excuses for them to have a beef with him. But really, these people run these industries. And Kanye West got too loose-lipped a long time ago. Remember, George Bush don't like black people? Remember that, Kanye West? He was on their hit list a long time ago. Allegedly, the people who are after Kanye West are Jewish. Allegedly. And Kanye West will successfully record his album. He will not be unalived or taken out. The people that are around him will follow his orders and make sure that they are the only ones who have access to Kanye West. And that is my Kanye West reading. So thank you guys. Have a good night.